Hey guys. I've been gone the last 3 days, 2 days, I think 3 days, 3 days. Mainly just because I've been catching up on applications, scholarships, and college stuff. And I know I told you guys this before in previous videos that there may be a little bit of absence within these next this month throughout. Not by choice, not really by choice or because of laziness, but because I've just been working really a lot on getting stuff done and just moving forward with all these applications and just trying to get stuff together. And yesterday was a very, very long day. I didn't have school, but I was doing applications all day, and it was very tiring. So my apologies for being absent these last few days. I thank you and I appreciate you for being patient with me and understanding me and just taking the time to watch this video through all of it. I greatly appreciate all the support and all that you've done up to this point, whether this is your first video watching of mine or second or maybe even 100th, whatever the case may be. I greatly appreciate you for sticking it out with me and watching this video. Let's move forward to the video. First off, good morning, good evening, good night, whatever time you're watching this video. It is currently Wednesday, October 18th, 2023. Right now, it is 6:04 p.m. I got home not too long. I've been home for about an hour or two, but I just ate and just used the bathroom, all that stuff. I have to mention that. Anyways, I'm settled. So, yeah. Second off, if your days are starting, I hope you have a great day. If you're in the middle of your day, I hope you are having a great day. And if you are coming towards the end of your day and it has not been so great, do something to make it great, because you still got time and you can still make a change in your day and in your life. You know, this may be your last day and you do not want that day to be horrible. So if you had a bad majority, it doesn't mean it have to be a bad entirety. Do something about it. Make sure that you make a change and at least make yourself smile, or at least something a little bit more positive than what it is right now. Because that's all you really can do. Yeah. Moving forward, the video. Today's video is a word of the day, and today's word of the day is brought to you by an observation. The word of the day I've been actually planning since the summer, mainly because this is where the whole concept came from, just because of work, and how that kind of went about. And I'll get to what it is. And that word of the day is trust your gut. Now, in this life, I'm gonna always say that in this life, we will have experiences, we will have points, and we will have to go through things, and we will have to make choices. We will have to make decisions, whether that is something as simple as deciding what answer the test is going to be about, or deciding what college you want to go to. In many cases, my audience is seniors, so let's just put it at that. You know, what college you want to go to, what essay should you submit for this college or this application, whatever the case may be. No matter how big or little the extent is, we're going to make decisions, and we're going to have, and in many cases, most of us have doubts within our decisions. Most of us like to overthink, and I am guilty of it. I am trying my best to dial that down and make that no longer a habit. However, it naturally comes and it's a natural thing. However, what I want you to most take away from this video, what I want you to most understand from this video, is to trust your gut. And what trusting your gut truly means is trusting yourself, being more confident in yourself, and appreciating yourself. You know, in many cases, when we have doubts, or when we allow doubts to overrun our mind and leads to this constant, endless cycle of overthinking, we end up making rash decisions. We end up making decisions out of desperation, or decisions that aren't fully evaluated, only to relieve ourselves of the stress and pressures that we just added on to ourselves. You know, in many cases, we are our own greatest enemy. We are the ones that cause ourselves to have doubts within our judgment, within our experiences, within our expression, whatever the case may be, within our decision, just as I said, decisions or experiences. In most cases, if not all, doubts sprout from us. And when we allow doubts to take control of our lives, we notice that our lives become more anxious. We notice that our minds are now filled with all these thoughts and what ifs and things that could go wrong, things that aren't right, or things that could be better, perfectionism, whatever the case may be, constantly running through our minds. However, once we trust our gut more, we relieve those stresses. We relieve ourselves of those pressures. We relieve ourselves of that almost cluster within our brain. I am more guilty than anyone I really know in terms of being overthinking, or wanting things to be perfect, and trying to avoid or hold off on making decisions in fear of making the wrong decision. However, in my experiences, just as a caddy, I'll give that example. One of my bigger jobs is reading the greens, giving them a point to pick the line. You know, the best way I could describe it is making the decision for the golfer But as soon as I hear their decision, I have doubts in myself. Even if the decision isn't close to what mine is, I have doubts in myself. And I allow that golfer to make their own decision. And in the end, they were incorrect. And I would have been right. However, because I allowed that doubt or those doubts to stop me from being who I am, or just not being who I am, but utilizing my skills and understanding who I truly am, my confidence, I allowed my doubts to get in the way of my job. I allowed my doubts to stop me from utilizing what I should know I have. My lack of confidence within myself stopped me from being somewhere, stopped me from advancing. While I can learn from those experiences and learn that, okay, maybe I should trust my gut more often, I would be much further naturally if I would have just trusted my gut initially. Trust your gut. We make our decisions, we make our inferences, and we make our understandings off of all the experiences we've had in this life. And just because someone else has a certain experience or just because someone else has a certain perspective doesn't mean that you are wrong or that they are wrong. You just have different understandings of the situation. And in that same sense, too, do not let any outside influences lead to your doubts. Do not let anyone else's judgment allow to doubting yourself and your confidence, because you are denying the self your right and the respect that you deserve. You deserve to respect yourself enough to listen to yourself. You deserve to respect yourself enough to have confidence within yourself. You deserve to respect yourself enough to trust yourself. Because if you can't trust yourself, you can't trust anybody. You can't love anybody. You can't do all these things. If you can't do it for yourself, you can't do it for anybody else. That's just how life is going to be. At least properly. You can think you can do it for somebody else, but if you do not know how to truly do something for yourself in whatever aspect or realm of your life, you cannot do that for anybody else. And in terms of trusting your gut, if you cannot trust your judgments, how can you trust anyone else's judgments? How can you move forward in this life? How can you develop in this life if you cannot trust your own gut? You have experienced more, you know all of the experiences you've had because this is your life. You make the decisions. You can't let anyone else's decisions or experiences stop you from making your own decisions. I'm not saying act reckless. I'm not saying trust your gut and go burn a house down. I'm not saying do that. Don't act irresponsibly. Be smart, be logical, but be logical to the best you can be. Understand what you can and utilize what you know now. Stop holding off things in fear of making a decision that you may regret or that you're unsure is the right decision. Make the decision while you can. Make the decision while you have the chance to or option to rather than being forced to. And you can do that by trusting your gut. Trust your gut. You have the opportunity, you have the power. And no matter what the case may be, no matter what the outcome is, even if the outcome is not as desirable as you wanted it to be, you will still learn from it. You will still take something from it. You will still develop from it. Whatever the case may be, you are going to develop from that moment and that decision of just trusting yourself and trusting your gut. You have to learn to trust yourself and build trust within yourself if you truly want to succeed in this life. If you want to trust yourself and understand where you are in life and just develop, you have to trust your decision making. And there are going to be some faults. I'm not saying be arrogant about your decision making and that your decision is always going to be right, but at least be able to trust yourself with what you know now. Take the time and appreciate yourself and love the knowledge that you have, that you've developed and that you've earned in this life and that you will continue to earn in this life. And make the decisions to the best of your ability and your knowledge. Don't run from it. Because like I always like to bring up, that word of the day, that video, just even my dad always brings it up to me now, running from it will not save you. It's going to have to happen at some point. And as soon as you stop trusting yourself and trusting your gut, those doubts will cluster in your mind. And those doubts will lead to much more harm than just trusting your gut off the rip. Trust your gut. Make the decision and do your best with that decision. Live with it. Be willing to take those risks. However you want to word or describe it, that is what I want you to most take away from just understanding this video. Trust your gut. Understand that, accept that, and live by that. That is all I have for you guys today. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And God bless all of you guys that have watched all the way through this video. I am so very, very grateful to have you guys within my life and have a place where I can express myself and give my own opinion and my own testimony, whatever the case may be. I appreciate all of you guys so much just for listening and giving me a place where I can utilize my voice and live closer within my purpose. I'll be more than likely seeing you guys tomorrow, hopefully. And just take care of yourself, love yourself, and be yourself. And that's all I got for you guys. Take care. AD is out.